Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about something simple, something small, something we use every single day. Our words, the way we speak, the way we respond, the way we treat people through language. Words feel light, but they are not light. They are powerful. They can build someone up. They can break someone down. They can create warmth, or they can create distance. And most of the time, we don't even notice what we are doing. Let me ask you something. Can you remember one sentence that hurt you in the past? Maybe someone said, "You're not good enough. Why are you always like this? You disappoint me." Maybe they said it in anger. Maybe they said it as a joke. Maybe they said it without thinking, but you remember it. You remember the feeling. You remember the moment. Now think about another sentence. I believe in you. You did well. I'm proud of you. I understand. That sentence also stayed with you. It stayed in your heart. It stayed in your memory. Words stay longer than we think, sometimes longer than actions. A broken object can be repaired. A mistake can be corrected. But words cannot be unsaid. Once they leave your mouth, they travel. They enter someone's mind. They repeat in someone's thoughts, sometimes for days, sometimes for years. That is power. And because words are powerful, we must use them carefully. Not perfectly, but carefully. Here is something important. Most people do not wake up and say, "Today I will hurt someone." Most hurt is not planned. It happens when we are tired, when we are stressed, when we feel misunderstood, when we feel ignored. We speak quickly. We react emotionally. We defend ourselves. We raise our voice. And later, we regret it. Have you ever said something and immediately thought, "I shouldn't have said that"? That moment of regret is awareness beginning. There is a big difference between reaction and response. Reaction is automatic. Reaction is fast. Reaction is emotional. Response is intentional. Response is slower. Response is thoughtful. Reaction says, "You always do this." Response says, "I feel hurt when this happens." Reaction attacks. Response explains. Reaction creates conflict. Response creates understanding. Kind speech begins when reaction slows down. Sometimes we speak harshly because we are hurting. When we feel small, we try to sound big. When we feel insecure, we criticize others. When we feel out of control, we control with tone. But hurting others does not heal us. It only spreads pain. Pain spreads quickly, but so does kindness. Every word creates an atmosphere. Imagine entering a room where people speak gently. Voices are calm. People listen. People say thank you. People say sorry. You feel safe. Now imagine entering a room where people interrupt, where sarcasm is common, where voices are sharp. You feel tense. Words create emotional temperature. Warm words create warmth. Cold words create distance. You are always creating an environment through the way you speak. Before we change our speech, we must notice it. For one full day, just observe yourself. Notice your tone when you are tired. Notice your tone when you disagree. Notice how you speak. When someone makes a mistake, do you say, "What's wrong with you?" Or do you say, "It's okay. Let's fix it"? The difference feels small, but the impact is big. Do not judge yourself. Just notice. Awareness is powerful. You cannot change what you do not see. Kind speech does not begin with vocabulary. It begins with pause. Before you answer, pause. Before you text back, pause. Before you argue, pause. Just one breath. Just 1 second. Ask yourself, is this helpful? Is this necessary? Is this kind? You do not need to be perfect, but you can be aware. A pause creates space, and in that space, you can choose differently. One breath can prevent one regret. Tone is often more important than words. You can say, "Come here," in a gentle way or in a harsh way. Same words, different meaning. Children respond to tone. Partners respond to tone. Friends respond to tone. Tone carries emotion. If your tone is calm, conflict decreases. If your tone is sharp, defense increases. Practice speaking slower. Practice lowering your voice. Slow is strong. Calm is strong. Gentle is not weak. Gentle is controlled. Some people think, "I'm just not a gentle person." But kindness is not personality. It is practice. It is repetition. It is awareness repeated daily. No one is born speaking perfectly. We learn language, and we can learn gentleness. One sentence at a time, one pause at a time, one correction at a time. Habits are built through repetition. If you repeat harsh reactions, they become normal. If you repeat gentle responses, they become natural. Kindness is trained. Tonight, before sleeping, ask yourself, did my words help someone today? Did my words hurt someone today? Did I speak with respect? Did I speak with patience? You do not need guilt. You need reflection. Reflection builds awareness. Awareness builds change. And change builds character. Right now, you are at the beginning of a choice. You can continue reacting automatically, or you can begin responding intentionally. You can let stress control your tone, or you can train your tone. Kind speech is not dramatic. It is quiet. It is steady. It is consistent. And it changes relationships slowly, but deeply. Remember this. Words matter. Tone matters. Pause matters. Kindness is a habit, and habits can be built. One sentence at a time. Kindness does not grow by accident. It grows by practice. It grows by repetition. It grows when you decide to train your words the same way. You train your body. If you want stronger arms, you exercise them. If you want kinder speech, you train it. Let's make this practical. Let's imagine real situations. Someone makes a mistake at work. Your first reaction might be, "What were you thinking?" That is reaction. Now let's slow it down. Pause. Breathe. Instead of attacking the person, focus on the situation. You can say, "I think something went wrong. Let's look at it together." Same problem. Different tone. Different result. The goal is not to avoid correction. The goal is to correct without humiliation. Correction can be kind. Disagreement can be respectful. Anger can be controlled. It begins with slowing down. When you feel heat rising inside you, notice it. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your breathing. Do not speak immediately. Give yourself 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Those 3 seconds can save a relationship. Sometimes we speak harshly because we feel unheard. So instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try saying, "I feel unheard right now." The first sentence attacks, The second sentence shares, when you say, you always or you never, people become defensive. When you say, I feel, people become curious. Curiosity is powerful. Instead of asking, why did you do that? Try asking, can you help me understand? Curiosity opens doors. Criticism closes them. When someone disappoints you, instead of saying, I expected more from you, try saying, I was hoping for something different. You are still honest, but you are not cruel. Honesty does not need to be sharp. It can be calm. It can be steady. Now let's talk about daily small habits. Kind speech becomes easier when practiced in small ways. Say thank you more often, not just when it is big. When someone holds the door, when someone sends a message, when someone tries, say, I appreciate that. Say, that means a lot. Say, thank you for trying. These words are simple, but repeated daily, they build warmth. Encouragement is powerful. When someone does something well, say it out loud. You handled that well. I'm proud of your effort. You stayed calm. That was strong. Encouragement builds confidence. And confident people are less likely to hurt others. Now let's talk about digital communication. Many harsh words are sent through screens, texts, emails, comments. Online tone disappears. Sarcasm looks serious. Short replies look angry. Before you press send, pause. Read it again. Ask yourself, would I say this face to face? If the answer is no, rewrite it or delete it. Sometimes silence is kinder than reaction. There is also power in apologizing quickly. If you realize you spoke too sharply, do not wait. Say, I'm sorry for my tone. I didn't mean to sound harsh. That was not fair. Apology is strength. Repair builds trust. Trust builds safety. Now let's build a small daily training plan. For the next 7 days, choose one focus. Day 1, practice lowering your voice. Speak 10% slower than usual. Day 2, practice the pause, 3 seconds before responding. Day 3, replace one criticism with curiosity. Day 4, use I feel instead of you always. Day 5, send one encouraging message. Day 6, delete one unnecessary harsh comment. Day 7, reflect on your progress. Small daily actions create big long-term change. Then expand it. Make it 30 days. Week 1, awareness. Week 2, tone control. Week 3, positive reinforcement. Week 4, conflict management. You do not need to change overnight. You need consistency. Kindness grows through repetition. You will fail sometimes. You will react too quickly. You will raise your voice. That does not mean you failed. It means you are human. What matters is how quickly you return, how quickly you apologize, how quickly you reflect. Gentle speech is not about perfection. It is about direction. Are you moving toward awareness? Are you moving toward patience? Are you moving toward respect? If yes, you are growing. Let me share something important. Gentle people are not passive. They are not weak. They are controlled. They choose their words carefully. They choose their tone intentionally. They understand that strength is not loud. Strength is steady. Strength is calm. Strength does not need to shout. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. At first, you will have to think, pause, Breathe. Choose. Later it will feel automatic. You will notice something interesting. When you speak gently, others soften. When you stay calm, others slow down. Kindness influences the room. One calm voice can reduce tension. One respectful sentence can stop an argument. You may not control other people, but you always control your tone. You always control your response, and that is enough. Remember this: slow is strong, calm is powerful, response is better than reaction, and kindness is built one sentence at a time. And sometimes the hardest part is not speaking kindly to others. It is speaking kindly to yourself. Many people use harsh words inside their own mind. I'm so stupid. I always mess up. I can't do anything right. Notice something. If someone else spoke to you like that, you would feel hurt. But when we speak to ourselves like that, we think it is normal. It is not normal. It is harmful. Self-talk shapes confidence. Self-talk shapes mood. Self-talk shapes how we treat others. If you speak harshly to yourself all day, it becomes easier to speak harshly to others. So let's practice something different. Instead of saying, I'm so stupid, try saying, that was a mistake. I can learn from it. Instead of saying, I always fail, try saying, I didn't succeed this time. Same situation, different language. Language changes energy, and energy changes behavior. Now let's look at more real-life situations. Imagine this. You come home tired. The house is messy. Your first reaction might be, why is this place always a mess? That sentence creates tension. Now pause. Breathe. Try this instead. I'm feeling tired. Can we clean this together? The problem is still there, but the attack is gone. Or imagine your child makes a mistake. You might say, how many times do I have to tell you? That sentence carries frustration. Try this instead. I know you can do better. Let's try again. Firm, but respectful. Or imagine a disagreement with your partner. You never listen to me. That sentence closes the door. Try this. I feel unheard when I talk about this. Now you are sharing, not attacking. These changes seem small, but small changes, repeated daily, create big results. Let's talk about anger for a moment. Anger is not the enemy. Anger is a signal. It tells you something feels unfair, something feels wrong, something feels painful. But anger has energy. If you release it immediately through words, it often becomes damage. There is something important to remember. Strong emotions usually last about 90 seconds if we do not feed them with thoughts. 90 seconds. That is all. If you pause for 90 seconds, breathe slowly, and do not speak, the intensity drops. Try this next time. Feel the anger. Do not suppress it, but do not express it immediately either. Let it pass through you, then speak. Calm words after anger are much stronger than loud words during anger. Another powerful habit is listening fully. Many arguments happen, not because of words, but because of interruption. When someone speaks, do not prepare your reply immediately. Just listen. Let them finish. Sometimes people calm down just because they feel heard. You can say, I hear you. I understand why you feel that way. That makes sense. You do not have to agree, but you can acknowledge. Acknowledgement reduces tension. Let's add one more daily practice. Gratitude language. Every day, find one small thing to appreciate. Not something big, something small. Thank you for cooking. Thank you for helping. Thank you for trying. Appreciation builds emotional safety. When people feel appreciated, they become softer. And when people feel safe, they become kinder. Kindness grows in safety, not in fear. Now imagine practicing this for 30 days. In the first week, it feels unnatural. You pause awkwardly. You think too much. You correct yourself often. In the second week, you notice patterns. You notice when your tone rises. You notice when your words become sharp. In the third week, you react less quickly. You choose words more carefully. In the fourth week, others notice. They say, "You seem calmer." You don't get angry as fast. You listen more. That is growth. Not dramatic, but real. There will still be hard days. You will still get tired. You will still feel stressed. Gentle speech does not remove difficulty. It changes how you handle difficulty. Instead of escalating conflict, you de-escalate it. Instead of adding fuel, you remove fuel. Instead of winning arguments, you protect relationships. And protecting relationships is more important than winning. Remember this again. Slow is strong. Calm is powerful. Response is better than reaction. Curiosity is stronger than criticism. And kindness is built one sentence at a time, one breath at a time, one conversation at a time. And over time, something quiet begins to change. Your home feels different. The atmosphere feels softer. There is less tension in the air. Arguments still happen. Disagreements still exist. But they do not explode the same way. They do not leave the same scars. Because the tone has changed. The speed has changed. The intention has changed. And intention shapes culture. If you live with family, your words become part of the environment. Children learn tone before they understand meaning. They copy how you respond to stress. They copy how you apologize. They copy how you disagree. One calm parent can change the emotional future of a child. One respectful partner can change the safety of a marriage. One gentle leader can change the culture of a workplace. Kind words are not only personal, they are generational. They echo far beyond the moment. Imagine 1 year from now. You have practiced this daily. You pause more often. You interrupt less. You raise your voice less frequently. You apologize faster. You encourage more. People feel comfortable speaking to you. They open up. They trust you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are safe. Safe people create safe spaces. And safe spaces create honest conversations. Honest conversations build strong relationships. Strong relationships build stable lives. Small changes in language create large changes in connection. Now imagine 5 years from now. You are known as someone calm, someone respectful, someone thoughtful. When conflict happens, people look to you because you do not add fire, you reduce it. Because you do not humiliate, you uplift. Your reputation is built on daily tone choices, not dramatic speeches, not big moments, small, consistent sentences, repeated again and again. There is another powerful question to ask yourself. When people leave a conversation with you, how do they feel? Do they feel smaller or stronger? Do they feel judged or understood? Do they feel tense or safe? Your words leave emotional footprints. Every conversation leaves a trace. You cannot control everything in life, but you can control the emotional trace you leave behind. One day, many years from now, you will look back at your life. You may not remember every achievement. You may not remember every task you completed, but you will remember relationships. You will remember conversations. You will remember how people felt around you, and others will remember how they felt around you. Not your perfection, not your success, but your tone, your patience, your kindness. Words shape memory. Tone shapes identity. There is strength in gentleness. It takes strength to stay calm when others shout. It takes strength to lower your voice when you are angry. It takes strength to apologize first. It takes strength to choose connection over pride. Gentleness is not weakness. It is controlled power. It is disciplined emotion. It is emotional maturity. And emotional maturity is one of the most powerful traits a human being can develop. If you practice this daily, you will notice something else. Your own stress decreases. When you stop escalating conflict, your nervous system relaxes. When you speak calmly, your body follows. When you choose patience, your breathing slows. Kind speech does not only help others, it helps you. Calm words regulate your mind. Gentle tone stabilizes your emotions. The way you speak affects the way you feel. Let's return to something simple. One sentence at a time. You do not need to transform your personality. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to adjust. One sentence today. Just one. Choose one moment where you pause. Choose one moment where you soften your tone. Choose one moment where you replace blame with curiosity. That is enough for today. Tomorrow, choose another, and another, and another. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did my words build or break? Did my tone calm or inflame? Did I protect relationships, or did I protect my pride? These questions guide growth. Growth takes time, but growth is visible. Slowly, steadily, deeply. Remember this again. Kindness is a habit. Habits are built through repetition. Repetition builds character. Character shapes legacy, and legacy is not built only through achievements. It is built through how you treated people, through how you spoke when you were stressed, through how you responded when you were hurt, through how you handled power, through how you handled disagreement. Your words are part of your legacy. So slow down. Pause before speaking. Lower your voice. Choose curiosity. Choose patience. Choose respect. Not because others deserve perfection, but because you are building character, and character lasts longer than emotion. Kind speech is not dramatic. It is daily. It is steady. It is repeated. One sentence at a time. One breath at a time. One conversation at a time. And over years, those small moments become the story of who you are. So begin today, not perfectly, but intentionally. One gentle word, one calm tone, one thoughtful pause. That is enough. Thank you for listening to today's story. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on your words and the way you speak. It truly matters. And I hope today's message stays with you in your next conversation. See you in the next story.